Okay, hi, this is Tom, and today I'm going to show you how to make my kale shake. We're going to go through the process of the ingredients to mix in and blend it up and see how it goes. So first off, a little bit about kale. So kale, as you might know, is a great source of a lot of good things, including fiber, protein. There's a lot of good vitamins in there. It's just got a lot of great ingredients, so it makes for a good, healthy shake. And so we're going to talk first off about the kind of blending of the shake itself. So you can use a traditional blender, like something like this, and throw all the ingredients in there and then blend it up. This is kind of nice because you can mix up exactly the quantity you want. That's one option. The second option is using this NutriBullet type of product. This is one of the bigger ones than the first version that came out. This is a 900 series, and that's what we're going to use today. So you fill up this container and then put it on top of the NutriBullet and blend it up. So that's what we're going to do today. Starting off with the kale itself. So I'm going to use this prepackaged product. This is from Olivia Organics, but you can get these in any kind of produce store. This happens to actually be a blend of kale and spinach and some other greens. So actually this is not the normal way that I do this. I normally just buy straight kale, either in raw right off the plant where it's a whole stalk of kale and you have to cut off the center of the stalk and leave the leaves behind to use for blending. Or you can get baby kale. Sometimes it's an organic product and it's just smaller leaves. Again, just the leaf itself, no stalk, so that's great. That's actually the easiest I find. Throw that into the blender and you're way to go. So this is another option. Certainly if you want to have other things in there besides kale, this is a good way to go, or you can just buy straight spinach to mix in. You can also, I know people add in rhubarb and that kind of thing in there, so you can kind of let your imagination go with that one. So we're going to use this blend, and so starting off, I'm just going to load in all the leaves here to kind of loosely fill up the container. It's kind of hard to give you exact quantities of what I'm adding, but I will try to add that to the video later. But basically this is maybe, I don't know, like a 3-cup container here, and I'm kind of lightly filling it up with the kale blend there. Alright, so that's the kale. The next ingredient is I'm going to use is some oatmeal, so some instant oatmeal. I'm going to use about 1/3 of a cup of this stuff, just kind of tossing it right in. I'm going to need to kind of pack it down to make space for the next stuff. So that's the oatmeal. Next one is some wheat germ. So I would say I'm going to put in maybe 2 tablespoons of that. You can, if you like wheat germ, add a little more. If you're not really keen about it, add a little less, but this is also a great source of nutrients and fiber. Alright, so next one up is vanilla, and this is imitation vanilla. It's great to use actual vanilla. We can't all be so fortunate, so I'm going to add in probably the equivalent of like 1 teaspoon in there, just a little bit of nice flavoring there. That's the vanilla. Next up is some yogurt. So I'm using some vanilla, low-fat vanilla yogurt here. And you can obviously use whatever kind of any kind of yogurt you want to use. Obviously no fat's better than regular stuff, but I'm going to use kind of maybe 3 kind of heaping tablespoons of that yogurt. There's that. Alright, next up is you need something kind of sweet in your kale shake. Kale by itself is going to be pretty bitter. That's why a lot of people just don't like kale, period. One way to get around that is to add something a little bit sweet in there. I usually like to use bananas. They're used so much in smoothies. For this I'm going to use I'm going to see if I can fit most of this banana in there. You can also use maybe half of this, and that would be a little less sweet, maybe a little more healthy for you. But like I said, it is pretty darn bitter if you don't have something in there. Another thing you can do is you can take parts of a banana and freeze it, so you always have bananas available. That's what we do when we are bananas haven't been consumed, they're starting to get a little overripe. We just cut them up in small pieces and throw them in the freezer, and then they're all ready to go. And that actually makes the shake a little bit cooler as well. So that's packed a little bit tight. We'll see how this goes, but that's 1 banana. And then I've left the last ingredient here is milk. So you can use regular, I've got non-fat milk here, skim milk, or you can use almond milk, not truly milk. But this is another option if you like almond or soy milk or whatever. I'm going to try just the regular non-fat milk here. So this is going to be, I'm going to fill this up probably about 2/3 full on the line. It's going to take a lot of milk because there's a lot of space in there with the leaves. Actually, I'm going to go to about, yeah, a little over half. See where that goes. So that's the milk. And with the NutriBullet, so we got the blade here and then the little part that goes on the device. So we're going to push this down in here and tighten it down. And then if you've never used a NutriBullet, it's pretty easy. Just push it down in there and twist it to get it to start kicking in and blending. So looks like we got the ingredients about right. Sometimes if you don't have enough liquid in there, then you can kind of see it really binding and it's having a hard time mixing everything together. This is pretty liquidy, so that's good. And now it's time for our official taste test. So again, kale, great ingredient for you. You can take this and save some of it. You can just leave it in this kind of container in the refrigerator. So drink what you want. I mean, this is going to be a kind of a big quantity, but maybe more than you might want at one time. I sometimes put these in little jars. They have leftover jars from like banana peppers or sun-dried tomatoes, those kind of things, if you use those for making lunches. Those jars are great. They're small, got a lid that's reusable. Put this into a couple of those and put them in the refrigerator so they're always ready to go. You just grab one down for a snack or put into a lunch to go. So there we are, the Tommy G Kale Shake. Tastes pretty good. So this one's pretty sweet. I might adjust this in the future to maybe use half a banana, but I guess it's really personal preference on your part. And but it's a super healthy snack and very refreshing on a summer day or anytime really. So that's the kale shake. The only thing I can add is that you have to be a little careful about around your friends because they're going to give you a lot of grief with eating kale, and so you might want to think about what your sort of elevator speech is on that one about why kale is healthy, because you may get some of your friends that are going to be picking on you for this. So, but hang in there. It's a great snack and very healthy, and as you can see, not too many ingredients. You can mix them up and add more things if you want, but it's a great treat. Hope you enjoyed this video, and look forward to your comments. If you have other types of things you add into your kale shakes or similar kind of nutrient-rich shakes, let me know. Love to hear your ideas, and everybody's kind of got little tweaks to how they do things in terms of these shakes, so love to hear your feedback. Thanks a lot for watching. Appreciate it. So again, kind of loading this up with all this kale and spinach. And I just realized I messed up. We're going to start this over.